Hello, my name is Jason and welcome to another painting lesson. I'm just putting my little painting shirt on just to stop myself from getting loads of blobs of paint on me, which I tend to do. And while we're on the subject of that, if you use a little bit of oven cleaner on a stained shirt or clothing item, then it tends to clean it off quite nicely. I learned that from one of my students. Right, what we got going up here? I've got a 21 by 16 canvas, and I've covered that with some liquid white. It's very thin, and just to show you, you touch your canvas and you can still see your fingerprint. Then you've got enough on. If you can't see your fingerprint, then you've got too much on. Okay, and if you have too much on, you can just get the knife, scrape some of it off, and then blend it again. The only problem is when you're testing it, you get a white finger. Right, here we go. Let's do something warm today. It's cold outside, so let's do something warm. So, I'm just going to pull some yellow ochre. Yellow ochre, nice warm yellow. And let's dance in using little X's, like crisscross strokes. We'll just dance in a little sky here. Maybe we'll bring our horizon down to about there. That's just yellow ochre. It's yellow ochre. Okay, maybe over there it's getting a bit darker. So I'll just touch in some dark sienna. I'm using my dirty brush. So I've got some yellow ochre and then some dark sienna, which I'll just put in at the corners and bring it down to our yellow. Just using crisscross strokes, just 1, 2, crisscross. A bit more colour. More of the yellow ochre, more of the dark sienna. Tap on the bristles so you get an even distribution of colour. Let's darken this bit here. Okay. Just crisscross strokes. And maybe I can go a bit darker in that corner. So I'll go into some VanDyke Brown. So we've got dark sienna, VanDyke. We'll just darken this corner up a bit. Just a little bit. Right, now, using another clean, dry 2-inch brush, we'll use crisscross strokes and we'll just blend these two together. Where the yellow ochre and the dark sienna meets, we'll just crisscross strokes and we'll just blend this all together. Okay, and just hypnotise it very lightly. Just knock off the excess paint on a paper towel there, and just very lightly just go across. Okay, that'll do for our sky today. Right, now then, we're going to have some background material. I keep this very soft, and we'll go back into some dark sienna. Just pull it down and just tap on the brush. Okay, maybe a little bit of yellow ochre as well. Let's go almost sky colour. Right, let's have a bit of a tree. Just tapping a little tree back there. Just going for all kinds of little shapes. These are way off in the background. Maybe there. Just tapping. Indication of some little trees in the background there. Maybe there's a bigger one. Maybe there's one here. Just using the corner of the brush. Maybe there's one. Maybe he's growing there. And if you go even lighter pressure, it's very light pressure, you can do some way off in the distance. Maybe there's another one there. No pressure. And then you can use the brush this way and you can put some in front. Create all kinds of layers. lighter, some darker. Just think about different trees, different tree shapes. Maybe there's one that goes there. Just tap into some paint, and maybe there's one. He sort of lives there. And we'll just tap into a little bit more colour, and we'll just put in another layer of little trees in the background there. Right, and now using another clean dry brush, we'll just tap the base of this, and that'll create a nice bit of mist at the base. Little mist area there. And then we can go back into our colours. Some brown, some yellow, maybe a little bit of VanDyke. Maybe there's a bit more here. Maybe there's another layer of little trees and bushes, sort of just in front of those, wherever you want them to be. Maybe there, and maybe there's a bigger one there. Maybe there's one that comes right up here. Using the big brush. Maybe he grows, he's big, and he's like here. Okay, now using the liner brush. Dip into a little bit of paint thinner. A little bit of paint thinner into the liner brush, go into some of the browns, all the browns, a little bit of dark sienna and brown, and just put in the indication of a few little branches in here and there. They're way off in the distance, wherever you want them to be. Maybe there's one on this one. He's quite a big one. We've got a few little branches there. Maybe there's one here as well. And some of these ones in the front. Let's get that one way off in the background. And one there, and there's a little one there. Okay, that'll do for our little background. Just while we're doing that, let's get a little bit of Cad Yellow, a little bit of yellow, just a tiny bit, and we'll just push up, get a little bit on the brush, and let's highlight a few of these, just a little bit of here and there. Go a little bit lighter. Maybe get a little bit of the bright red. Just push into the paint. Just put in some little highlights on a few of these branches. Just here and there. They're quite far still, so we're just doing a little indication of a few lighter bits. Okay. And think about shape and form when you do these trees. Think about where the light would shine and it would sparkle. You can even tap the bristles like this. Tap. Maybe we'll get a bit of white. Just tap, and that'll get a little bit of the highlight, and we can highlight this one. And put in a little highlights here and there. Still very soft. It's very soft. It's background, very soft, very light. Gone into a bit of bright red. Oof. It's a little bit too bright, that. This one will knock your socks off. Ooh, it's bright. We'll tap a little bit of that in here and there. Wherever you want. Just a bit more of the yellows, the yellow ochre. Let's go into a bit of Indian yellow as well. Just tap a little bit here. A little bit there. Just to give it a hint of colour here and there. Maybe here. Maybe there's a bit there. It's, like I say, it's very soft back there. Right, now let's start moving forward a bit. Let's go into some. Let's go into some crimson, Alizarin Crimson, and Sap Green. Crimson and green, and that'll make a nice brown. Nice brown. That. Okay, crimson and green. We'll have a bit more crimson. Have it to the crimson side, and let's start putting in our dark area. So let's just tap in there, and you can even pull this down. Doesn't matter. We just want some dark area so our light will show. Just dark. Just pull it down. Pull it down. It's crimson and sap green. Makes a nice Christmassy brown. I just mixed it on the brush. You could always mix it using the knife if you want to. It's up to you. This just gives us our dark. Just pull that across. Okay. Right, that's our dark area, and let's maybe there's a few little trees there. Go into this dark mixture we've just made of the sap green and brown, and maybe there's a tree there. Maybe there's another one here. We'll put in some little evergreens and just touch, and then corner the brush. Let's bring that one. Maybe that one's in front there. Maybe there's another one here. That grows in front of that one. Maybe there's another one. Let's put a third one. They always tend to grow in threes. Or in clumps, I should say. Another one. Maybe there's one here as well. Maybe there. He's all on his own though. He gets jealous of those over there. Right. Now let's go back to our landscape brush, and let's go into some of the yellows. Cad Yellow. Maybe a little bit of the sap green. Let's start bringing in some colour. It's still very soft, very light. We'll just tap. And just tap. Very light. Some yellow, some cad yellow. And we're just tapping, just touching. And this paint is thinner than the paint that's already on, so it sticks. It sticks okay. There's a bit of light hitting that area there. Just tap that in. You can create all kinds of shapes. Maybe we'll just put in a little bit more there, and maybe there's a little cabin there. So using the landscape knife, let's just The roof is here, and the bottom part of the cabin. Got the roof. So all you're doing is removing the paint on the outside edge and just scrape it off. Just scraping off that excess paint. It just makes it easier for our brown to stick. So let's go into some VanDyke Brown. VanDyke Brown, and let's. So we've got our roof and just letting the paint just go on. We're just blocking in colour here. Let's just strengthen that edge there. And the ground bit, side bit, a bit more of the brown. The outside eave. Let's get a bit more paint. You know what they say, no paint, no painting. There we go, and then just bring that down. Bring that down. Now this cabin's old. No one's lived in it in a while. It's a bit derelict. So that's just put in the indication of a little roof. Just gone into some bright red and some brown, and leave it all sort of marbly like that. And cut across a little roll of paint, and we'll put in our roof, just going bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, I can't really see that. Let's brighten it up a bit. Yeah, let's just brighten it up. Little roll of paint and just touch. That's better. We can see that. Touch, touch, touch. And then on the other edge, it's just getting a little bloop. Okay. Now let's stick in some old wood. Indication of some old wood. Go into some of this orange here. There's a bit of yellow in there, in with a brown. There we go, a bit of the white. And pull it out very flat. Cut across, little roll of paint, and let's highlight this. Very light pressure, just pulling down, just letting the paint just drag off. Just pulling down. Very light, and a little bit over here, just to get the indication. And you can even go back into the dark colour and just clean that up. And a little bit of the dark in with it. And maybe you want some old boards. You can just scrape in indication of a few boards in there. And maybe you want a little doorway. There's a little door in there. A bit more of the old paint. There's a door here. And then using a bit of the white, we can just put an indication of the door. Okay, maybe also using the outside edge of the knife, a little bit of paint. Maybe there's a little window back here. Let's just lighten this so we can see the difference there. Okay, and then just cut off that. There's an old barn way out. I'm going to some of the dark colour. And just clean that area up. Then go into some of the yellows. Cad Yellow, Yellow Ochre, and just a little bit of light at the base of that, where the grass is, where it's overgrown. All up here. Okay, maybe there's a bit of a bush there. Let's just put in the indication of a little bush. It sort of grows there. A bit of the dark. Okay, right, let's start coming forward a little bit. Maybe this is a road here. And we just tap in some yellow ochre, some Cad Yellow, some bright red, and we just put in some colour here. And let's start bringing this road in now. Using the fan brush, let's get in some VanDyke Brown and a little bit of black, Midnight Black, VanDyke Brown. Let's start bringing our road. It comes along here, and maybe it comes round, goes off here, and maybe it comes down to here. Maybe we can do an indication of a little path that the guy once used. Maybe it's there. And when he used to come to the road, he used to use this little path there. Right, now let's add a little bit of highlight to that, a bit of white into the browns, just using little strokes. Let's just put indication of the road there. Okay. Now back to our yellows. Let's set this path down. We'll bring some of these grassy bits right over the path. Right over. And this as well. Just tap in. We'll just knock that path straight down. Some Indian yellow, some Cad Yellow. Let's start adding all kinds of grassy areas. Maybe there's a couple of trees over this side. Right, now using the fan brush, go into some VanDyke Brown. Maybe we've got a tree and he grows here. Maybe there's another one. Maybe there's another one that grows right next to him. Like there. And he's got a branch that comes across. Oh, he's getting bigger. He's getting bigger. Maybe there's another one, another branch. Maybe there's a branch here that goes off. And that goes to like here. Maybe there's one. Maybe there's one that goes all the way up here. All the way to there. And just using the same fan brush, go into some light colour, a bit of white. Maybe we'll go into this red, and we'll just tap this edge, just to give it a highlight. If you can see that, I'll just get a bit more colour. Just tapping, let's highlight that. Tap. Let's get that down there. Just to get the indication. This looks like it needs another branch in there. Maybe it goes like that and then down. Who knows, we don't know where it goes. Okay, now let's put some little branch here, maybe there's one that goes there, maybe there's a branch there but it's fallen off. Right, now back into our dark colours. Some black, some brown, some crimson. just touch, get some dark, and let's start adding some little foliage coming down there. Oh, this one's growing again. Maybe there. Okay, and then this big tree, he's got some foliage, some leaves growing. And just think of shape and form. And let's darken this bush here. Let's have a bush that grows all the way out there. Maybe there's another one there. It's all overgrown around here. We want to make sure the bush is there. Okay. Right, now let's highlight those. Big brush again. Cad Yellow. Push into the bristles. Maybe bright red. Let's sparkle these. And highlight a few of these. Just touch in corner of the brush. And if it's not sticking, go into a little bit of the liquid white, pull into your colour, and then you'll be fine. Because a thin paint sticks to a thicker paint. And pick out some areas that you want where the light is hitting. Maybe there's a bit of light there. Maybe it's hitting here. We don't know. All little areas. And these bushes, some yellow. Turn over, touch. And this one here, and this bush. And we've got that bush over there. Use the corner of the brush, the top of the brush, just to push in a few little bits. Just touch. Okay. And maybe I'll just clean this up here. Using a bit of that. Okay, and this bit here. Right, there we go. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of the white into my liner brush, turn in, and we'll just stick in a little JB, a little bird. Okay, thanks very much for watching this painting. I hope you give it a go. Cheers.